Did I do too much just to release like a couple songs? Like, is this like, I don't know. It feels like an album release.
It kind of does, and I think that says something to the anticipation of how much people have missed you and want you to be back. And also, I think it says something to the fact that, when you put music out like this and you really make a statement, you say, here's what I'm saying. This is what it looks like. This is what it's going to feel like. And people are like, oh, we've missed it. It's been 4 years. Has it felt like 4 years?
It's not been 4 years, though.
Oh,
I mean,
my God, I missed my introduction. I'm so angry. I missed my introduction. I have to rewind. Hold up. I have to rewind. I have to rewind. Hang on. Hold up. Billboard Hot 100 entries. Most Billboard Hot 100 entries for a female artist ever. One of the world's most followed artists on social media. Lost count of how many times you've won Best Female Rapper. The first female rapper to perform at the Super Bowl. Forbes certified. Icon is the word. And most importantly, still the only American rapper to ever successfully pull off a British accent.
You should have said that part first.
And I'm looking at you, Eminem. Worst American accent ever caught on record, I swear.
Thank you for that. Thank you. And I couldn't have done any of that stuff without the most epic fans in the whole world. So, thank you.
Well, they're tapped in right now, live streaming. Everyone is ready for this moment.
Dope.
How did you feel this morning when you woke up knowing that it was happening? Or was it happening? Did you get cold feet?
I was about to cancel it, yes. How did you know that? What made you say that? I don't know how you knew that. I was about to cancel it. I was like, you know what? Oh my God, why did I do this?
Yeah.
But yesterday, I went to sleep. I literally slept for like 12 or 13 hours from yesterday because I hadn't slept in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Because I was like trying to finish stuff up in the studio.
Still.
And then I was like, I got to do it now. I mean, I already told the world I'm going to do it, so I got to do it. I just didn't know about doing the actual interview. I was fine with releasing the songs.
Well, we're fine with you doing the actual interview, and I hope you don't regret it after a few minutes, if you feel comfortable.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right.
Well, look, we're here to celebrate. First and foremost, that's what the fans want. That's what we want.
Okay.
You don't walk in a room like this after being away for some time, and also after deciding to step away from actual, factual social media at the top of the year where you can message direct and come in this room, and I'm not going to all of a sudden shove a spotlight on you and start hitting your heart straight away. Why did you decide to walk away from social media and actually and kill the noise?
Well, because I needed to focus on, my album. This is the best album I've ever in my life, ever created.
You just announced an album, right?
Well, okay.
I mean, literally within a few seconds, that was amazing.
Yes. Well, yeah, I needed to focus and I just didn't know, I wanted to make sure I was writing something that was meaningful to me and that would inspire and that would captivate, my audience. But most importantly, I wanted to have fun again. I wanted to go in the studio and have fun without giving a shit can I curse? Probably not.
If you don't ask me that question, you can.
Okay.
Within reason.
I wanted to, I didn't want to see anything. I wasn't only not posting, but I also took all forms of social media off my phone. And it actually was the most genius decision I've ever made for myself as a human being, because it gave me peace. Right. And it gave me, it put my focus back on what it needed to be on, which is the music. When I was doing mixtapes, I wasn't on Instagram. I'm not like these artists that are out now that have the luxury of, Instagram. Twitter was just like starting off, Yeah. So I was like, what? Why am I including this information taking this information into my spirit? I don't need to see what people are saying about me. I don't need to know what people are saying about anything, really. Were
you jacked in to social media? Did it take you a minute to disconnect from that? Because people say it's hard to put the phone down. It takes a couple of days.
I don't know. I mean, I changed my number, came on social media, stopped speaking to everybody and just focused on my music. And
what percentage of your phone book got your new number? What percentage?
Yeah. I would say 1%.
1% got your new number. Wow.
Yeah, 1%.
Wow.
Because I only spoke to people as needed, So it went from 5 people at first to, okay, my publicist now today, he needs to talk to me. He'll get the number today. Like, now, it's still like that. I mean, at this point, I would say it's about maybe 20% now.
That's amazing you could reset like that. And actually, I've never heard it put that way, whereby you reset your phone in every sense, and then you steadily draw people back in as you need them, as opposed to this traditional routine they've become part of your life.
Yeah, because you gotta, like, I always say, like, you know, deactivate, I think, from, like, the Matrix. The world music has become much more than music now. It's become just a lot of shenanigans. And I was like, man, I could rap. At the end of the day, that's what I do. I don't know about nobody else, but I rap.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing, I think, when you first came out, that was like, all right, we have a very visceral, striking image here, someone who understands how to use image visualization to their benefit, to create imagination, to get people thinking and engaged, but you can really rap. And I think about that verse on Monster, and I think about that moment, and I think about how that moment's gone down in history as being one of the all-time great kind of what people in the UK would call mercs, where you went on and took, what was it, Ross, Kanye, Jay, wrecked them. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, did you know at that time, not to go too far back, but we've got to celebrate, and you can't know your present and future unless you know your past. Did you feel at that time with that verse, like you had them on the ropes, like that was your moment?
No, Jay-Z, I didn't know Jay-Z was going to be on the song at all, you know, and thank God, because I would have been even more afraid.
Because he's a hero, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, he's one of my top rap idols, you know, period. He knows that too. And with Kanye, I was extremely nervous. I was out in Hawaii, and I had written a verse for Monster, and he said, I think you could do better. So he was like, just, you know, made me just sit there and start writing out, not raps, but just lines of what I wanted to say. And he told me, now put that into raps. And I was like, okay, I mean, you know, Kanye is a genius, and he created a genius moment with that. So to me, even like the verse, I did a lot of takes of that, what people have come to know as the Monster verse. I did a lot of takes of that, and then he went back in and took like some of the parts that I took out and said, no, you need that in. Like, I was like, no, I don't want all those growling parts and stuff. He was like, no. That's what's going to make it epic. You don't get it. Like, trust me.
Yeah.
So I trusted him, and that became that. But no, I didn't know I was going to, I knew it was dope. I didn't know it was going to be iconic.
Did you see Adele doing it on Carpool Karaoke?
Of course, and I love Adele. That's my baby. I love her so much.
Oh, and the first time you saw her do that, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that, is pretty much note and syllable perfect rendition.
I was crying because she had the hand motions down, like the Nicki hands, and when she did that, I was gone.
Did you send her a message like you crushed that?
And I just posted on Instagram like how much I think she killed it.
She killed that?
Yeah, she vibed.
I gotta give them a taste of it.
Oh, do it. Yes.
But we have this moment in time. Are you feeling comfortable?
Yes.
Increasingly so?
Yes.
Nicki Minaj. It's real. Hashtag Nicki Day. Feel the love. Send it Nicki's way. She's back. And let's not forget, new music on the way, right?
Yay!
No good blood sucker. Fat. Now look who's in trouble as you run through my jungles. All you hear is rumble. Kanye West samples. Here's one for example.
Gossip. Stop it. Everybody know I'ma need to see up to your pants at the concert. I'ma need to see up to your pants at the concert. Profit.
Yeah, we're going to.
Oh my God.
But would you allow me to be able to draw reference to one of my favorite lines you've ever written on a new song?
Yes.
So I can ask a question.
Yes.
I spoke to Jay the other day, right? He's still the only artist I would have signed to. I know that there's a, clean version. Mm-hmm. Still the only artist I would have signed to. And then you said, if I had signed to Wayne, perfectly designed crew.
I spoke to Jay the other day. He's still the only that I would have signed to if I ain't signed a Wayne perfectly designed crew. Because we the big three. Don't need a big speech. We made the biggest impact. Check the spreadsheet. That's Lil Weezy, the Barbie, and Drizzy Drake. And we getting more cheese, kissy face. Yes, that's on Barbie things. You guys are about to hear that in like 20 minutes. Oh my God, I'm getting like nervous. It's about to happen. Yes, I did say that, sirs.
You know what I love about that is the fact that you just reminded everybody, in case we need reminding, that you are the triumvirate. That that triangle, and I was asking your team, actually, if we could think of 3 artists that were that impactful in a crew together whilst having separate careers. And the closest we got was Dre, M, and 50 at that moment in time. But still, as of now, Wayne, most influential rapper in modern rap music. Drake.
Thank you for saying that about Wayne.
Without
I could cry for that. Thank you for saying that about Wayne. Thank you, that's all.
I mean, every rapper on SoundCloud sounds like Wayne. It's like, come on. I mean, real talk. I mean, it's just, that's, and by the way, that's a compliment to all those rappers on SoundCloud.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, no, if you're going to bite...
He's one of my biggest inspirations.
If you're going to bite someone, bite the best.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Bite the cake. Drake, needless to say. I call him the Michael Jackson of streaming. He's just a guy who's unbelievable.
The golden boy? The golden boy?
What's your favorite Drake story? Like your favorite personal Drake story?
Oh my God, how he always how he's always mad at me over something. Drake is always mad at me. He always finds a reason to not be my friends anymore. We're like an old married couple.
How many times have you guys fallen out?
A lot. And then every time we make back up, we're like, no, you know I love you. I love you. No, you know I love you. Why did you say you hate me? Because I love you. Like, it's so stupid. But let the records... But you know what? On the real, like, Drake also has given me some of the best advice of my career.
Like?
I don't want to say... And he's given me some great advice. He's very smart. And you can't take that away from him, you know? And also, even when there were things happening, I think that even when I couldn't speak to him, I think he felt the love that I will always have for him. We always tell the story about me and Drake being on the same tour bus, and they dared me to take a shot because I don't really drink, and they dared me to take a shot, but they gave me way more than a shot because I didn't know what a shot was. And I did it just for $100, like a dare, and he gave me $100. And like I think I was like in my bunk sleeping, and within 10 minutes, like it was. I hated them so much, but I could not stand up. I think they gave me like a double shot, and to somebody that doesn't drink, it was crazy.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Now, with the benefit of some space between yourself and that situation, how challenging and difficult was it for you being in a relationship with someone you cared about that was at odds with a group of friends that you care about?
Oh God, it was one of the hardest parts of my career to date ever. Yeah, because at the time I did love both of them, and I couldn't erase the love that I had for my team. But I also couldn't speak out. You know, I couldn't really say much. And I felt so imprisoned in that moment. And when we later spoke about it, Drake said, I wasn't worried about anything in that entire situation other than what if Nicki takes a shot? What if Nicki takes a shot at me? Then what? Like, what if Nicki spits bars at me? He said throughout the whole beef, that's the only thing he was worried about, because he did, that would have been so, oh my God, just hurtful and painful for both of us. And so it was difficult to stay out of it. I was behind the scenes, of course, wishing it never happened. Even prior to it happening, I tried to stop it from happening. Literally said,
speaking to me.
Yeah, I said, don't do that. I said, don't do that. But I think as artists, we all look back on things that we shouldn't have done. And that was one of those things that he shouldn't have done. And I told him before he did it. But he did it. And it is what it is, one thing I do know is that both Meek and Drake have moved on from that.
Yes, they have.
From the anger and all of the stuff, and we all have moved on. So. And
in fact, now we find both of them in very different points in their life.
Right.
And in Meek's situation, and I read a very interesting article in what I consider to be a great magazine the other day about Meek's situation, and it really broke down what was going on, and it filled in a lot of gaps from that writer's point of view in the research. And we find Meek in a situation where people are very much rallying around him because of what they can see as, and I'm using this term very gently, serious inconsistencies. And I wonder, for someone that you spend, a considerable part of your life with, that you obviously, you just don't stop caring about people, I don't think. It's up to you. What your feeling is about that, and
you know what? I don't want to talk about legal things, but I will say that, every now and then I think about. Anyway, I won't go there. I'll save some of those things for my album, and I'm also shooting a documentary. But what I will say now is that. I will say that the judge in question was did everything I asked of her, and so I can't badmouth her because I met her personally, and I know what she said to us, and he knows that, and I know that, and but of course I wouldn't wish jail on anybody.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'll get into detail on that on in the documentary and possibly on the album. But what I will say is what made me shed tears the other day was seeing his mother cry. Seeing his mother crying made me that was the first time I was like, oh my God, I can't take it. Cause she, during the relationship, was always so sweet to me. And even at the end when we kind of both knew that it was too rocky, too bad to, she always just showed me so much love. So I still care about her, so I didn't like seeing her cry the other day.
It's #Nicki Day. People are going crazy because you're back.
Thank you.
And the music is coming, and we're super excited.
Barbie Tings and Chun-Li is on its way. I can't wait.
Can I just play them?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Oh, no, Roman's back.
Until the designated time, darling.
Oh, no, as soon as I asked if I could do that, out came Roman.
Right.
Roman's like, no, darling, don't do that at all.
And why? Who's posting all these pictures of me? Stop posting all these pictures of me.
Oh, you got told.
You guys,
Whoever's
please.
in this room, there you go. Pull up, selector.
Pull up, selector. I love that. Yay.
He's still the only artist that I would have signed to until I signed to Wayne. Perfectly designed crew.
Hey.
Perfectly designed crew.
Hey.
1, 2, and you.
I never fucked Wayne, I never Drake. All my life, man, all facts.
If I did, I'm Minaj with him and let him eat my errands like a cupcake. Man, fool, he just ate. I don't duck nobody but tape. Yeah, that was a setup for a punchline on duct tape. What about if my butt?
That's how I was feeling at the time when I was writing.
Yeah.
And if the record is dope, the record is dope. I'm not, it is what it is.
Can you tell us who you've been in the studio with and collaborating with? Who's jumped on some tracks?
You know damn well I'm not about to share no damn feature information about my album. But what I will say,
producers are almost fair game because they're
well,
not really
I will talk
features.
about my producers. My own producers here in the building. I signed a producer. His name is Chevy.
All right.
Chevy, what is your official?
Oh, Chevy, what's up?
What's your official promo, official steps, producer name?
My name is Jerry.
What is it?
I'm changing my name.
You're changing your name. You should do that.
Why?
Bro, you are past changing your. You do that today. This record's about to come out.
So let me just say this. Shout out to Jerry, the producer, who I signed, and who with Barbie Tings. You guys, when you watch the documentary, I think it's coming out with Apple as well. Mm-hmm. You're gonna understand how we created it and how we create music together. It's phenomenal. You guys get to see how I create music.
Did you produce both these new?
He produced both of these. He produced Chun-Li and Barbie Tings, y'all. And if I'm yelling, sorry, I don't have my headphones on. You guys, when you watch the documentary, I think it's coming out with Apple as well. Mm-hmm. You're gonna understand how we created it and how we create music together. It's phenomenal. You guys get to see how I create music.
Did you produce both these new?
He produced both of these. He produced Chun-Li and Barbie Tings, y'all. And if I'm yelling, sorry, I don't have my headphones on. But he produced both beats and shout out, and also shout out to my dude Brinks, who introduced me to him. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Brinks. Because me, I'm about vibe, not necessarily talent. talent is some of it, but vibe is the other. And so I flew him in to meet with me, and I just loved his vibe, his spirit, his gratefulness, his humility. I loved that. And he was just ready to work. And I was like, yes, let's go.
Because you're a Sagittarius. And so
absolutely. Right? What are you? Aries? We work. What are you?
I'm a Leo, loyal to the core.
My first love was Leo.
Right, we're loyal people.
Oh, okay. Sweet man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll pass that on to my wife. She's reminding me.
What sign is your wife?
She's a Libra.
Libras are the best. My two best friends are Libras. I love Libra men and women, but in Leos only men.
She's the okay. Good. Good. Yeah. So we got our man over here who's about to have a great day.
Yeah.
Christmas is about to come early this year, bro. Look out for those publishing checks.
Yeah.
Are you back with anyone anyone else in the studio production wise? Murder? You making tracks with Murder? Any of that stuff, or is it purely in house?
No, it's some people, and shout out to Mike Will. Mike Will produced the beat that you hear in my new Mercedes-Benz commercial. Shout out to Mercedes-Benz. shout out to a young black woman, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Having a freaking Mercedes-Benz commercial and all that. You know what I'm saying? Get it? Shout out to a young black woman signing her own producers and rappers and all that. Shout out to that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Can I ask you in this?
Oh, no, yeah. So him. I want to know. Who else? I don't know. No.
Oh, gee, did you pull her up? Wow, I just saw management eyes.
No.
That was management
So let's move on from that.
You got it.
Shout out to my baby Stara, too. She just texted me. I love her so much. But go ahead.
Stara, unbelievable. What a writer.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Amazing.
I think maybe one of the best top line writers in the world right now.
Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt.
Perfect. I mean, I'm hoping the perfectly designed team will be present and accounted for on this forthcoming new record. I can't imagine a Nicki record without Young Money.
They're not on it yet, so we don't know. As of now, they may not.
Crossed.
They may not.
Fingers crossed. The situation. I'm going to get to that. I was going to go, so I'm going to go somewhere else.
Why you guys put out such ugly ass pictures, please?
we can go through. What we're going to do is we're going to get our person from social in here, and you can go through and pick and choose and delete and move forward. I want to talk to you about the current. Oh wait, what time is it?
Is it
time?
If it's 10 o'clock, then we get to play this one. If it's not 10 o'clock, you can't play it.
Oh, did you hear that though? I just gave you 0.0000001 for that one little note right there. Oh.
Shout out to Karen just hit me and said it's the number one trend.
It is the number one trend.
How did that happen? I'm not even dropping an album. I'm just putting out 2 songs for my babies because I know they missed me and I missed them. I actually was not going to put out any songs before the album. I just was going to drop the album in its entirety. But, I started feeling like, I'll say this. I started doing like some interviews and meetings. And I'm talking about top people in the industry. Where like, they're starving for new Nicki, and your presence has gotten even bigger with you taking this hiatus off of social media, and give them a taste of this. Like, this is incredible.
I feel like there's a need for your voice right now because a lot has changed since 2014, and I feel like right now we're in a situation where revolution is happening in multiple parts of the world, multiple generations for multiple reasons, and a strong revolution is a very, very important statement going forward from females in every part of the industry, and you have been a feminist icon to many of your fans, and I wonder what you feel that your role in the current frame of things is and how you feel about things right now.
I think that, I'm definitely a dominating voice in hip-hop culture. And hip-hop culture is the most imitated culture in the world. And so, of course, that makes me always feel a sense of responsibility to uplift women especially. I feel like right now women are more powerful than we've ever been, ever in life, ever in time. And I think my role in that is putting out music that makes women feel like they can too go from, a poor neighborhood, Southside Jamaica, Queens, New York, and then come to being, doing records with, the greats and being hailed as, someone that shifted the culture. So I think the reason why I didn't want to drop songs, you brought me to a good point, is because the album is very layered. And there are things that, you know, like Barbie Tings and Chun-Li, those are songs where you like, you know, they're more pop shit type records. There are songs on the album that are those types of records that I feel women really need right now. You know, so I'm excited about my fans getting the full album so that they can listen to it in, you know, in the way I wanted them to hear the music.
Nicki, you've made it through the door. We're in a studio. We're live. We're streaming around the world. You're trending #1. You couldn't have more of your fans' attention on you right now. This is a moment. It's happening, and it's made it official. And we're going to play these records, and you know, we can't end it there. We've got to continue talking if you'll allow us after the songs keep playing.
Of course,
and we want to keep going.
Because I want to let my fans know, you guys, I'm now on Twitter. So if you guys hashtag Nicki Day, then I can respond to some of you.
We have 2 songs and we're minutes away, so I feel comfortable pressing at least the pre-show right now and asking you, which of these 2 songs do you want to go with first?
I want to go with Chun-Li.
What kind of mood were you in when you wrote and recorded Chun-Li as a precursor to you pressing play on this record in 2 minutes?
I was in a very calm, excited state. I heard the beat. We also have all this on tape. So this is, my fans are going to go crazy. I played the beat. What time did we play the beat? Was it like 3, 4 in the morning? I was about to go home. About 3, 4 in the morning, what'd you say? Right. And what did I tell you to come in? Yeah, I had worked all day. I hadn't slept for days probably. And this was only like 2 days ago. And my producer texted me and said, "Hey, I'm about to leave." I said, "Well, no, come in real quick. Play me something. Let me see what, you know." And he played me a bunch of stuff. And then when he played this, I said, "Okay." I said, "Send that to Juice." Juice pulled it up. I went in the booth and I did all of the melodies that you hear right now on Chun-Li. Yep. I did it 5 minutes after hearing this beat. It's like a King Kong section. That was freestyled. And I left it and perfected that. But I came out the booth, told Juice, "Okay, keep this part, edit them all in." And then the next day, Grizz could not be there to document this part. And so we shot me writing Chun-Li with the iPhone, because I knew that would be a great part. You know, my fans always ask, they want to see the behind the scenes, how I create music. Yes. So we shot that part with the iPhone, and then you know, we mixed and mastered it. We literally, it was done yesterday, officially completed yesterday.
Does the album have a title? I know you're not going to give it to me.
Yes, the album has a title. And my fans are gonna
come on, man. Come on.
They're gonna love the title of the album. It fits everything that I am right now in my life, where I am in my life.
I just pressed play a couple seconds early. It's okay. It's not going on right now.
You playing Chun-Li?
Yeah, why don't you put your headphones on a little bit so we can hear how it feels. Hang on. Oh, wait, no, but I've got to technically wait another 30 seconds. As long as 30 seconds of my life. You know what? I think we're okay, aren't we, G? I think we're okay.
Oh, no.
Is it time?
Chun-Li, bitch. My fans are going, what?
Of course.
What?
Listen to that record. Listen to that record. Chun-Li, Nicki Minaj, one of two, back to back. Yeah, it's about to get even heavier. Oh my God. What is this Bobby Tings record? Hold on.
Bobby Tings is Bobby Tings.
Bobby Tings is Bobby Tings.
But you gotta pull Bobby. You gotta pull Chun-Li back. I don't know.
Because people want to hear back to
Okay,
back.
play Barbie Things. Play Barbie Things. Play Barbie
What's the
Things.
list at the end when you go Barbie Things? It's the Barbie ring, it's the Barbie house.
Barbie
with the
dream house,
Barbie
Barbie ring,
picket
Barbie
with the
beach house, Barbie
Benz with
bin,
the-
Barbie White House, Barbie picket. Yes, just go, just play it. Because I want to get back to Chun-Li and then Barbie Things. So I can explain certain things on Barbie Things and Chun-Li. Like, let's go.
Because people want to hear back to
Okay,
back.
play Barbie Things. Play Barbie Things. Play Barbie
What's the
Things.
list at the end when you go Barbie Things? It's the Barbie ring, it's the Barbie house.
Barbie
with the
dream house,
Barbie
Barbie ring,
picket
Barbie
with the
beach house, Barbie
Benz with
bin,
the-
Barbie White House, Barbie picket. Yes, just go, just play it. Because I want to get back to Chun-Li and then Barbie Things. So I can explain certain things on Barbie Things and Chun-Li. Like, let's go. I'm in my prom. Yikes.
Are you kidding me?
But can I just say something?
Yeah.
I thought y'all was gonna play the explicit version
Oh,
of Barbie
come
Things.
on.
And Barbie Things can't be really felt in the soul
Yeah.
without the explicit. But
It's true,
But
but you
you
did a
guys
great,
now
clean
the
version.
song is out, so now you can go and get it everywhere. You can go right now. It's on Apple Music,
It's
right?
on Apple Music. Stream
Okay,
it.
it's streaming on
Get
Apple
it.
Music right
It's
now,
explicit.
and you guys can hear the explicit. Okay,
Are we going?
I just want to make sure.
Are we moving? How do you feel?
I feel so good.
Hashtag Nicki Day. We're going to play these records now for the rest of this hour while we catch up with Nicki Minaj. Now, I want to know, first things first, Chun-Li, that was the, Nicki, your fans are going crazy. I can see you just like, you literally, hey, you remember that moment when you turned your phone off at the beginning of the year? That's over.
Yeah, it's over. I can't believe this.
Hashtag Nicki Day. We're going to play these records now for the rest of this hour while we catch up with Nicki Minaj. Now, I want to know, first things first, Chun-Li, that was the, Nicki, your fans are going crazy. I can see you just like, you literally, hey, you remember that moment when you turned your phone off at the beginning of the year? That's over.
Yeah, it's over. I can't believe this. Like, I'm looking at Twitter, seeing my fans react like, oh my God.
People are talking now about what you're saying in those songs.
Yes. Feel free to ask me about that, babe.
Chun-Li. Do
Yes.
you want to address the existing rumor that you're taking shots at Cardi?
Is that an existing rumor?
There's a rumor around, yeah, that but that's in another song, the snippet from the other song, not Chun-Li, but the snippet from the other song. There's definitely a story out there about the song do you not know about this?
I had no clue. That particular song I wrote in Paris about 1.5 years ago. It was actually for Drake's last album.
You're kidding.
That's to tell you how long ago I wrote that song.
Wow.
Yep.
So is that going to be on the record, on the album?
I don't know.
Haven't
I
decided.
definitely didn't want to discuss a leak. I mean, why would I want to do that?
That's fair enough. Let's talk about this. So focus.
But I will say,
Yeah.
shout out to Cardi and all the new female rappers
Yes.
who've been doing their thing. And there's certain girls that show me like genuine love that I want to shout out.
Like,
You know, shout out to Miss Banks. She's from, I told her when I bring the tour to London, I want her to come out because she's just shown me genuine love. And Cash Doll always shows me genuine love. Asian Doll always shows me genuine love. There's a new girl who showed me genuine love the other day. Malibu Mitch, I think is her name. And so it just warms my heart when the girls do that. I'm not going to lie and say and act like it doesn't. It makes me so good. It makes me feel so good. You know, with Cardi B, she's done exactly what she should have done. You know, she's just gone full steam ahead, and congratulations to her. The only thing with Cardi that really, really, really hurt my feelings
Yep.
was the first interview she did after Motorsport came out. I remember, like, when I first came in the game, if a female of that stature had done a feature with me on it, I would only be, singing their praises and saying thank you. The first interview she did after Motorsport came out, it just really hurt me because she looked so aggravated and angry, and the only thing she kept saying was, "Oh, I didn't hear that verse. She changed her verse." Like, I was like, "What?" I remember when I first did a song with Trina for the first time. That's why to this day I love Trina, because she is the first female rapper I think that, acknowledged me behind the scenes and said, I want you to be on my album. Till this day, you've never heard me speak ill of Trina just because of that.
Yeah.
That's very important. And so her most recent interview, Cardi, that's when I just came back on Instagram and I saw, I think that, acknowledged me behind the scenes and said, I want you to, I want you to be on my album. Till this day, you've never heard me speak ill of Trina just because of that.
Yeah.
That's very important. And so her most recent interview, Cardi, that's when I just came back on Instagram and I saw it and I felt good. I finally felt like she said something genuinely nice, about me. But with Motorsport, I kind of felt ambushed. I felt like Quavo at that time was, like, Quavo is my baby. I love Quavo. And at the time, I went on Twitter and I explained how Motorsport came about.
Mm-hmm.
And, people were saying that I was lying. So I texted Quavo and I said, hey, just, could you back me up on this? Because, I don't want people to think I'm lying. What do I have to lie about? And he didn't back me up. And, he texted me. He was like, I would go on Twitter and back you up if you were my girl. LOL. And that hurt because he's somebody, like, I love him, There are certain rappers, who I call my baby. Quavo, Uzi is my baby. Sway Lee's my baby.
Mm.
And so Quavo told me, I'm not gonna go on Twitter and address that shit, man. Like, if I do an interview, then I'll address it. And I was like, yikes, because it hurt my feelings to know that people would watch me be slaughtered. And not one person will step in to say the truth. They will run with that lie because it's. Can I have some water, please? They'll allow people to run with the lie because it's entertaining to make Nicki seem like a bad guy, and will step in to say the truth. They will run with that lie because it's. And up until this recent interview that she did, I had never seen her show me genuine love in an interview. And I could just imagine how many girls wish they could have been on a song with Nicki Minaj. And I mean, I'm not saying it in a cocky way, but like, yikes. I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm saying it like, the first thing out of your mouth when someone asks you about a Nicki Minaj feature is, she changed her version of it. Excuse me? It's because of the Nicki hate parade that she felt the comfortability to address me in that manner.
Nicki, I'm going to step in now because I appreciate your honesty and it obviously moves you and you have something to get off your chest. But I don't want anyone to forget one thing. That this is about your music right now. That we have songs right now. That we have Chun Li right now and Bobby Tings right now. And this is real right now.
Look like I'm going.
That this is about your music right now. That we have songs right now. That we have Chun Li right now and Bobby Tings right now. And this is Put your headphones on. We've got a surprise for you.
Hello?
Yeah. Huh?
Is that Wayne?
Hey, baby.
Why you did this? Don't make me cry. Hi, honey. Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How you doing?
I'm fine. I didn't know you were calling, but thank you. You called at the right time. You know how much I love you.
No, I just want everybody to know. I just want to go ahead and let the world know that I know it was I know they probably didn't get it. We was trying to let the world know with the album cover art that the two F's at the bottom of the you know what is for Weezy FF. And that was our way of letting the world know that we are now a power couple. We got our and,
Shut up, Wayne.
We got the
We go together.
We got the motivation from the black people meet for sure.
You know, Wayne. You know when this comes out like as in a written format, you know they're gonna think you serious, right? You know people.
I don't know what a written format means.
Shut up. Wayne, you know I love you so much. Do you know
how
much I love you? Do you know that
show me tonight. Show me tonight.
Get off my phone. Get off my phone. Get off the phone.
Wait. Before you go. We are in.
What's up, man? How y'all doing, though? How y'all doing?
Great to talk with you, Wayne. Fantastic, man. Thank you for joining us right here live on Beast One Apple Music on Nicki Day. # Nicki Day. Training worldwide #1. The Queen is back. It's official. Bobby
Did you
Ting.
practice that?
I know he did that really well. And let me just say, this is my only boss in the world.
Nick, the man was talking. Nick.
Oh, that you the only person that's my boss. You the only boss I got on the planet.
Because she signed to Wayne.
I am not her boss.
Hey, but she said official because she signed to Wayne. Perfectly designed team crew.
Wayne saw
She's talking about boss in a whole nother form and fashion that y'all do not know. It's something personal when she say boss. But go ahead, say what you was about to say, bro.
The first time when you played these songs to Wayne,
I didn't play them. Wayne never played. Wayne didn't hear Barbie Ting's Watch on Lee yet.
Whoa.
Oops, sorry, Wayne. But because I was recording in Miami and I didn't get to play him everything because
Be honest,
I'm
Nick.
still
Be
nervous.
honest, Nick. I don't listen to nobody else's music. Just be honest.
Nigga, you gonna listen to this? Be quiet and then say the right thing and act like you know.
If you play it at the right time. But I got a question.
Yes.
Say, bro, that's how you really talk?
Me?
No,
the boy, the man.
What do you mean in the way that how I put the words together, or with my accent?
Your accent.
Yeah, I'm from New Zealand.
You a bad motherfucker, boy. I wish I knew how to do that shit, boy.
Oh my god! Hey, Nicki was saying that there's a gap on the album. There's a gap on the album. Where's Wayne?
But we're not talking about that yet.
We're not talking about that yet.
No, don't talk to Wayne about that.
All right. Hey, Wayne.
Yeah, bro.
We've got the whole world streaming and listening right now on Nicki Day. This is the most important thing right now in the world of music. It's the only thing anyone's focusing on. And you've known Nicki from day one, and you signed her as a young artist and a young woman and brought her into Young Money. And from that moment in time, you and Drake and Nicki have created something.
Let me correct you. I signed her as a little girl, not a young woman. Go ahead, finish.
Right. Nothing has ever topped the three of you and where you stand in the world today in terms of influence and success. I want you to be able to share with Nicki's fans on a day of celebration why she is so unique and special from your point of view, from someone who knows her so well.
Oh, plain and simple. She changed the culture. She's cultural. She made a way in a lane for for young women and women to be and to want to be and to inspire to be like. And it's a positive way and it's a positive path. And she made it her own way. And there's a whole gang of people following that path, and not only women. Shit, there's a gang of people following her path, and again, she changed the culture. She's a cultural person.
I think the three of you are three of the most influential artists in modern music history. You continue to do so. Little Wayne, a round of applause. We salute you for coming and joining us.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, baby.
God bless.
All right, Nick, I'll be waiting in the bed, butt naked, Nick.
Good night. Get off my phone. Get out of here. So stupid.
We pull up.
In my prom.
Barbie Tings.
Barbie Tings, that's
Barbie Tings.
Barbie Tings, that's
Barbie Tings.
Barbie Dream. Box with a.
Wait, headphones on, Nicki. We have the surprise for you.
Okay.
Is that Birdman?
Whoa, whoa.
Hey.
Hi. Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Killer. What's
Baby.
happening, baby? How you doing, Killer?
I'm fine, baby. How are you?
great,
I cannot
baby.
believe they got these people calling in. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. Hi, honey.
Celebrating.
How you doing, baby? I love the records. Love them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Birdman, this is Nicki Day, as you know. The whole world is focusing on the return of Nicki Minaj official. She was, having second thoughts about whether she was going to put records out, but I think safe to say, in your words as well, please, this was a great idea for her to do so, and you can feel the energy of the world, right?
It was time. I think it was time, and she know it was time. We support everything that Nick do, so we follow her lead.
In a recent interview with Ebro, you said that Nicki is the greatest female rapper of all. Well, please, this was a great idea for her to do so, and you can feel the energy of the world, right?
It was time. I think it was time, and she know it was time. We support everything that Nick do, so we follow her lead.
In a recent interview with Ebro, you said that Nicki is the greatest female rapper of all.
A reality, just me watching it and being a part of it. It was amazing for me to see, and I never saw that in the music industry. And the numbers that she put up, and the ethics, and how she have took and rap to a whole nother level with. I think no female ever did it in the music business. I think no female have ever reached the pinnacle she have for us, how she took from music to fashion, and you could put her in the body with any rapper and with any artist. I just respect, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it and being able to watch it.
Thank you, baby. And let me just say something. I want to say to all the people who had something to say about me when I was still showing love to baby during whatever was going on. We family. We family. And Wayne know that. And Wayne know when there's a dispute between family, I don't take sides. I mind my business and I show love to my family. And that's why I continue to show love to baby. When other people stopped, I didn't. Because he's the one that always supports me behind the scenes, texts me the most positive things. He always checks on me to see how I am as a human being. So, no, I wasn't going to stop showing love to baby. And now you guys understand why. Because family works shit out. And I knew eventually this shit was going to get worked out with baby and Wayne. And they both changed my life. And I'm never going to stop showing love to baby. Because y'all do not know him, who he is behind the scenes. So I don't give a shit. And why? Because family works. He was feet away from me, working on his as well. And so sometimes he would come and just give me the most incredible speeches and just, inspirations. And I'm not lying. I am still nervous to play music to Wayne. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because he's the greatest rapper that ever lived. Yeah.
He's tapped into some form of spirituality, some otherworldliness that I think people strive to understand, but it's more fascinating that we can't. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's real.
Yes.
So is Chun-Li.
Yes.
Can you imagine what it's going to be like when you step on stage with this one? Wait, hang on, hold up, pull up.
Pull up. Pull up that.
Pull up. Little Danny Brown laugh for good measure. My favorite laugh in the world, outside of my kids and my wife, is Danny Brown. I want to talk about Chun-Li. Have you even, when you finished this song, did you even allow yourself the fantasy, the idea of what it's going to be like when you hear that coming out of speakers the size of a 4-story building in arenas or festivals, with crowds, and what the lights are going to do, and what your adrenaline's going to do, and what it's going to sound like in your ear, and what you're going to do you weren't expecting to do because your adrenaline's going to take things going to happen. Did you allow yourself that moment?
I always think about what it's going to be like in the arena, and I'm going to announce the tour soon, and I can't freaking wait to go around the world. All my fans are asking me, are you coming to my country? Are you coming to my country? I'm coming to everybody's country. Let's go. Swinging off the rim.
Amazing.
Yo,
You just made a
that's
superstar
my boo
right here.
here.
Seriously.
That he about to be that no. You dig? You dig? Yeah.
She's a businesswoman and a businesswoman right
Yes.
here. Nicki Minaj on
About my
Nicki
business,
Day.
woman.
Is ridiculous, bro. Amazing.
Yo,
You just made a
that's
superstar
my boo
right here. Seriously.
That he about to be that no. You dig? You dig? Yeah.
She's a businesswoman and a businesswoman right
Yes.
here. Nicki Minaj on
About my
Nicki
business,
Day.
woman.
I mean, just like that, right? People saying hilarious things in the last couple of days when you spotted courtside, like she's coming out of hiding, like you're some kind of like age-old 1950s Hollywood actress recluse.
Like Marilyn Monroe. I do feel like Marilyn
Marlene
Monroe.
Dietrich, you are not.
Yes.
Like, you know, that's
I feel like that sometimes.
yeah. But they see that's the gift and the curse of mystique,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that you have been able to control and extend and amplify all the visual and creative mediums at your disposal. And in many respects, what all young artists who are trying to do and should be doing right now, which is doing that, you were doing it as soon as it happened. You went, I like the look of that, I'll use that.
Yes.
I'll take that, I'll use that.
Yes.
And you realized that you needed all of it and wanted to use all of it in order to create a vision.
Right. And I want to, and you know what? The other day I sat down with Jimmy Iovine, and he said something so brilliant that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. He listened to the album and he goes, why don't people know that you co-produce stuff and do this and do that and have so much, say in everything you do? He goes, why aren't you painted as that type of person? I said, I don't know. He goes, you know why? I'll tell you why. Because you're a marketing genius. And it was a part of the reason why I stepped away from social media, because Nicki Minaj is not all about posting photos. I really make music.
Yeah.
I really write my own music and have been writing my own music since the day I stepped in the game, and I've never stopped. And I co-produce. I do it when people see the documentary, they will understand, because Jimmy was like, people need to see this, Nick. Like, people don't know this about you, and they should know. There's certain artists when you think about, and you think about them past their visuals. And I need people to do that with me, because I really do this. I really go into the studio by myself, just me and my engineer. And work and create amazing things. And I think for women and for female rappers up and coming, they need to know that they can do that they don't need to go in a studio with a bunch of men telling them what to say. Give me a break.
And you found a team that gave you that not even gave you, just said, here's your lane. You don't need us to drive it for you.
No, and that's the other thing. One of the things I love about Wayne, Wayne has never in my life said, because me and Wayne just been around each other for the last couple months. He'll never come in and say, oh, you should have said that like this. He respects my pen game. The other day, Wayne said to me, Nick, you're on the same level as me. You're on the same level as me now. And I said, are you crazy? Like, my heart sank. I was like, Wayne, I'll never, ever be on your level, ever, for the rest of my, never. And I always say this, my style is so inspired by Wayne, Jay, and Foxy. shout out to Foxy too, and you know,
man,
she just gave birth to a baby recently. Not recently, but you know, shout out to Foxy Brown. We speak a lot. You'll probably get to see her on the documentary.
One of the greatest rappers.
Her flow is unmatched, and I feel like people try to
her
voice and tone. I feel like people try to erase Foxy from the history books by not including her in certain shows and certain things, and I think it's corny because everybody knows that Foxy's. I'm not even gonna pinpoint one thing. There's so much about Foxy that's just never been matched, and so yeah. So and you know with Lauren, you know how I feel about Lauren as well. Like,
well, it's a big anniversary coming up. You know, very very soon, the 20th anniversary of Miseducation.
Oh,
20th or 25th? 20th. 20th.
You know, I know on my Instagram I posted one time after the Tidal concert, me bowing down to Lauryn Hill, and I'd like to say that for everybody that doesn't know, after that. She was very genuine to me. We shared a real moment. And I remember crying to the Miseducation when I first heard it. And I couldn't believe here was this queen standing right before me. I had to bow down. I had to bow down so she understood the level in which she changed my life and music for the rest of forever.
And your friends? I mean, was that the album for you and your group of friends when
you were? Of course. Yes.
What is it, do you think? Because I agree. I think that Lauren is more than a rapper, more than a singer, more than an artist. She's another one who I would very much put the term icon and lay that very respectfully before Lauryn Hill at her feet, right?
I saw her perform live. You know, she and Nas did a concert.
Yeah. And
when her part came out, you know, I went out into the crowd. She's just an icon. She's just a different thing. She's just her own thing. Like, you cannot put a word on what she is. When she steps on stage, she takes your breath away.
Yeah. Does it make you think at this point in your career, going into album number 4, putting the mixtapes into another category, and the other things you've been involved in, but you know, Nicki Minaj album number 4, does it make you think about what the next stage of your career is, what shape that's starting to take beyond just being, like you say, the Nicki in photos and the Nicki in videos is the Nicki who strikes people's imagination, but you're signing producers, you're doing high-level co-signing.
I'm signing producers and artists, by the way. So if you're an artist out there or a producer out there and you're looking for a home,
remind us the name of the label.
You know what? I might change it, so I don't want to say the name of my label yet. I might change it.
I'm doing pretty good, though. I mean, I'm doing all right.
You're doing amazing, baby. Amazing. Absolutely. Incredible.
Signing artists. How do they get hold of Nicki Minaj if they want to?